So the idea of digital public infrastructure is been coming to the fore recently quite a lot. And it's important to understand what's going on there. Countries traditionally, as we digitize, we see digitization in two ways. Digitization in a solution-centric way, that you can build solutions, full solutions, digitize systems, digitize payment systems, or government systems and so on. Or you can actually think of idea of infrastructure building blocks that allows everyone else to build solutions on top of that. So the DPI thinking has shifted that narrative from build everything, build the whole thing, to build only building blocks that allow us to evolve solutions, create diverse innovations, and create markets to participate on top of that innovation as well. So the DPI movement, in one sense, has been going on in the last decade mostly. Many countries are implementing. India has been implementing aggressively. So we started with our identity project, which went from 0 to 1 billion in 6.5 years. Today, 1.4, nearly 4 billion people have a digital identity in India. But identity is not an identity card. Identity was an identity platform with open application programming interfaces that allow the market, innovators, to leverage those APIs, as we call it, to build innovations on top of it. Because identity is just the starting point. On top of that, you have to open a bank account, you have to offer financial services, and so on. So that's what the market does. Subsequently, we also built a digital payment, unified payment interface, or as known as UPI. We launched it in 2016, and currently in about 6.5 years, we are doing 8.9 billion transactions every month. The real essence of UPI was again the DPI thinking. DPI is not a product. DPI is not something that you download and use it. DPI is a way of thinking. It's a way of designing, way of approach that allows government and regulators to build the rails, create necessary impetus or environment for innovation to thrive, create participatory governance on top of that, but let the market, after 1,000 flowers bloom, many innovations to happen. And that's the reason why we see this exponential growth of UPI from 0 to 8 billion transactions a month in such a short span of 6 years, right? So then we also built data as an asset, or data empowerment as we call it, through both credentialing infrastructure called DigiLocker and data empowerment infrastructure called account aggregator, which is in the financial sector. We are doing the same thing for healthcare data, skilling and education data, and so on. And that's again a completely low cost, high secure rails to move data, the way we move money, but with the consent of the individual. So that reimagining data sharing from a traditional, let me collect the data into one system and then share, to no, let the data be there where it is. Don't move it to a centralized system, because that creates privacy issues, that creates cybersecurity issues of centralizing. So India took a decentralized approach and a protocol-driven approach. What is a protocol? Protocol is a language by which machines talk. When you type HTTP, it's a protocol to browse something. That allows machines to talk in a consistent fashion. It's a language for the machines, right? So data empowerment was the first time after payment when we built the protocol to move data, and UPI was a protocol to move money. But they were all decentralized systems. Remember, what does it mean? Many platforms, many innovations, but they're interoperating together. It's not new, by the way. Today, the GSM telephone network If you look at the essence of telephone network, it works this way. I can use an Android phone manufactured by some company running a Google provided Android operating system on a India telco called Airtel and instantly talk to someone across the world who may be using an iOS, Apple provided operating system on a iPhone device, maybe on an AT&T or a Verizon network. How does it happen? How does voice move instantly across the network? Is also because the underlying interoperable protocol, GSM and related protocols, LTE and other protocols that we built subsequently. Same reason SMS work. It's also a standard and a protocol. Same reason emails work. So the interesting thing is that we've always been doing this. Traditionally, as human scale, we have done this with internet, telecom network, we have done this before. But India has taken that to another level in terms of data networks, payment networks, and subsequently now we are dabbling about commerce network.